What's going on there, guys? My name is Matt, or Chewy, as most of you will know me as, and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. Today you join us in Northern Ireland, and we are in the Cessna Grand Caravan today, and I thought we'd do a video on the camera system in the sim, as so many people on my live stream and throughout the comment section on these videos have been asking for information about the cameras and whether it's any good or not. So the flight's kind of just in the background. The reason why we're airborne I'll explain in a moment. But the one way that you can access the camera system is via the custom toolbar at the top of the screen, and you can see we've got three main modes here. You've got the cockpit cam, the external camera, and then the showcase camera as well, and each of them have got options that you can select here. So we've got the camera type, which is fixed look. Now if I just click away from here, if I hold down the right mouse button and move around in the aircraft with my mouse on my mouse pad, you can see that we're moving around and the camera type has switched to free look, so you can easily move around. This is, you know, popular in other types of simulator as well. X-Plane 11 has exactly the same system. You've got an option here for upper position, so if you want a little bit more elevation, you can simply click that, and you can see in the background the aircraft has now, well, the view's moved up a little bit. You've got Smart Cam. Smart Cam is something that I don't really use too often, but essentially what Smart Cam is it automatically picks a point of interest in the sim and focuses the camera towards that. So for some reason it's selected something behind me, and you can see all the way down the back of the cabin there. But as I say, I don't really use that. You've got zoom type, so you can change whether you want automatic zoom. So as you change the different views, the camera system will automatically choose how much zoom you want, or of course, again, you can do that manually. So as you select it, it will change. You've got the free look speed, so if we want to put that to 100% and then hold down that right mouse button again and move around, you can see that's a lot quicker than if I put it down to 19% and move the mouse the same distance. So you can change those, and also the momentum as well. And so this basically means that if I swing to the left here and unstop with the right mouse button, it will continue moving like so. So you can kind of see flicking the mouse across the screen and it will keep on going, or you can turn that all the way off if you want. So flick the mouse to the left and it doesn't continue after I stop the flick of the mouse on the mouse pad, if that makes sense. So that's what all of those options do. You've also got the tabs down here, so you can select the pilot view, so you can switch between the pilot's view, so it's got a close view, the normal pilot's view, the landing view, and the co-pilot view as well. You can select those. You've got the instrument views, so you can select between the different instruments. And each aircraft has these custom preset views already in place, so you can toggle through each of those. Instead of doing it like that, though, and doing it in the menu, there are other ways that you can do it. You can either cycle through all of these, and the way that you cycle through all of them is with the A key. So I'm pressing A on my keyboard here, and you can see that we're now toggling all the way through those instrument views. Or if you want to choose them individually, you can use the left control and number button at the top of your keyboard. So left control and 1 is for number 1, so on and so forth. So I'm using the control keys there. I'll show those in the menu in a moment. If you want to get back out of the instrument view and back into the normal view, say for example we're in instrument view 01, if I now press control and 1 again, it will bring me back into the previous selected view and we can move out of there. So that's what the cockpit camera can do with the instrument tab. Then we've got the quick view section as well, and this is something that I'll move on to in a little while, and I'll show you how you can set up custom views. We've then got the external tab at the top. And so again, it's just like inside the flight deck. If you want to move the camera around in the external view, you just move your mouse around the mouse pad whilst holding down the right click button. It's got exactly the same thing. So you've got the Smart Cam, so it can focus on a point of interest. The zoom type, again, you can change that between manual and auto. You've got the free look speed and the free look movement. So if I move that to 100%, you can see that's moving around very fast. If I move it all the way to 10%, so I move the mouse, hardly any movement there whatsoever. So you can really customize how fast you want things to move around for you. I don't need to change this with it. You can see that's the momentum as well, which we previously mentioned, and of course the zoom. You've got the default view here, which is what we're currently in right now, and then you've got various external quick views selected as well, and you can click through all of those. There is a way that you can cycle through all of these if you want to by using the Q key on the default bindings. It should do anyway. We should be able to go... Actually, no, sorry, apologies. I think that's in the cockpit cam to go through the quick views. Yeah, sorry, apologies. In the cockpit cam for the quick views, if you want to cycle through these, it's Q on the keyboard. Apologies for that. You guys can check all the key bindings yourselves, but there you go. I would imagine there might be a key bind for these as well, but I'm not 100% on that. Finally, you've got the Showcase tab, which is a really, really, really cool mode if you want to get nice screenshots and get some really cool views of your aircraft. So we've got it selected here for drone follow mode. And basically what that means is that the drone will always follow your camera, no matter what you do. And as you can see in the drone mode, I'm able to move up and down. I'm able to tilt the camera. I can center it again. I can move it up. I can move it down. And it is literally like, you could figuratively imagine a drone flying alongside your aircraft. And you can select exactly what kind of shots you want. So this is how people are getting some really nice screenshots and some really nice views on videos because they can select this drone mode and move it with complete freedom. What happens when you deselect the follow mode is this. Quite dramatic, really, isn't it? Toggle it again, and hopefully it should find it. However, the only problem with that is that you've got to go and find the aircraft again. So now we've got to move the camera, and one thing that will help us with that is if I move the drone speed up. There we go, and then we can find our aircraft again, and it will follow it. There's also the lock mode down here, and that pretty much means no matter what I do with this camera, try and move it left, right, up and down, it will always focus on the aircraft in the center. So that's quite a nice one. If you want to keep your aircraft centered in your drone mode, then you can do so with the lock button, but you don't have to do that. So follow mode and lock mode, two useful features, but not the same thing. You've got the focus level as well. You've got the zoom level once more. You've got the drone speed, which I just looked at. So if we wanted to move forward and backwards at a much quicker pace, we can do. And the rotation speed, again, all very self-explanatory. If we click down onto the tabs here, you've got the camera drone, which is already selected in the free camera menu. And then you've got the fixed camera views as well. And these are nicely selected external views, which again look really cool, especially if you're doing some content creation and you just want a quick, nice outside shot and you don't want to spend the time faffing around trying to find a nice view of the aircraft. You can just have a look through some of these. And I actually really like them. I think they're really great external, views. Whoever selected them, I think has done a really good job with some of these. I really like some of them, this one especially. So that's a look at the camera systems in here in the custom menu. But what if you want to create your own custom views? What if you don't want to use any of these modes and you just want to be able to create custom views and have them exactly to your heart's content? Well, there is a way that you can do this, and you can do this via the controls page. So we'll go into the menu system now, and we'll go to keyboard, and then we'll toggle the filter across to all. And you can see here we've got the camera tab. There's various things inside the camera tabs, but the most important one for us if we want to create custom viewpoints is this custom camera section here. So we've got load custom camera and save custom camera. It's really self-explanatory. So what we've done is I've got this option here, save custom camera 1. So I will move the positioning of the camera around, and when I hit right control and number pad 1, wherever the camera is focused, then that's going to save that view. If I then want to load that view, all I need to then do is just press number pad 1 and it will go to it. So let's go and test that theory, shall we? Let's move around. Let's go and try and find a nice pilot's view. Let's try and center the headrest there. That will kind of do for the sake of the video. And I'll look forward. I like to try and get like the bottom of the navigation system in view there. Do I really want to reset the view? I'm quite happy with a view like that. So I'm happy with that for a pilot's view. So all I'm going to do now is select right control and number pad 1. And then if I move away from that view, I can now hit number pad 1 on its own, and it should move me back there. There we go. Twice is the trick. I'm not too sure why. I think that's a bug with that, where it does it like that, but there we go. So let's go and do another one just for the sake of the example. Let's go and do one having a look at the center screen here in the autopilot system. So I'll just move the camera into place, zoom it in a little bit, happy with that. And so I'll now go right control and 2 on the number pad. And then if I select number 2 on the number pad, you can see it goes through them. So if I just cycle between number pad 1 and number pad 2. This will feel familiar for you guys in X-Plane 11. It's very similar to that. On a note about that, though, you do have to change the binding. So again, if we go back into the camera view for these custom views, I would advise changing these from the default ones and choosing them to what you want. Again, that's all well and good. However, Chewy, how am I supposed to move the camera so I can select these custom views and put them into place? Well, the way that you can do that is via the cockpit camera menu here. And so the way that I've done it is to decrease the height in the cockpit, it's page down, to increase it, it's page up, and then to move down, forward, left and right, it's the arrow keys. So backwards is down on the arrow key, forward is up on the arrow key, and then left and right is obviously on there like so. You can bind that to whatever you want to. That's just what I choose to do it to be. So if we go back in, again, if I do page up on the keyboard, we'll move up, page down, we'll move down, right on the arrows, left on the arrows, up on the arrows, and back on the arrows like so there. Ooh, that's a nice lag spike. So that's how you do that. Unfortunately, at the moment, I don't believe that there is a way to be able to save custom camera views in the external views right now. I hope that will be something that comes in the future so that you can create nice wing views and things like that. But at the moment, I don't think it's a possibility. Not that I've discovered anyway. One thing also that you've got to keep in mind is, unfortunately, in some aircraft, you cannot move backwards. So if I wanted to create a nice wing shot or something from one of these, passenger seats in the back of the aircraft, I can't do it. In some like the TBM 930, I'm able to move to the back. But in this aircraft and a number of others, for some reason, I'm not able to, which is a little bit of a shame. Just one thing to be very, very, very careful of. On that key binding page for the cockpit camera, if you are going to copy mine and you want to use page up for the increased cockpit view height, be warned that by default, this is also binded to toggle avionics master, which is not a good thing that you want to turn off when you're in flight just to increase your cockpit height. The amount of times that I've done this is unbelievable. Just flying around, I'll hit page up to increase my height a little bit, and suddenly all of my screens will turn off. So you don't want that onto there. But yeah, that was just a quick look at the camera system. I'm sure I could go into way more detail about some of the other modes, and if you guys want me to delve into those modes a little bit further, I can do. However, I just wanted to give you guys an idea as to how the camera system works on a very basic level, ready for release, so that on the 18th of August, when this simulator comes out, you guys can just click that custom toolbar at the top if you want to, and you know what's coming. Or you can go into the settings menu and dive into further details on there. And as I say, you are able to create those custom views like I've shown. You just need to make sure that you do those key bindings that I showed in the menu. I mean, the camera menu is pretty expansive, and I'll be honest with you, at first it took me a little while to get used to the camera system in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but once I got the hang of it and got my head around it, I'm not having a problem with it whatsoever. And there are so many different things that you can do with it. A lot of people, again, have been asking me about whether you can slew the aircraft around. Yes, you can. You do it via the camera and the slew mode menu here. I've not really binded anything on it. You can just toggle into slew mode with the default key of Y. As you can see, I've not really binded anything on there, but if you want to slew the aircraft around, you can set your keybinds up through here. Again, we've got the camera mode switches, so if you're in the drone mode and you want to quickly switch back to your cockpit or external view, you can click end. And if you're in the cockpit or external view and you want to go into the drone, then you click the insert key by default. So you guys at your own leisure can go through all of these and, save the key bindings that you want to save. I'm not going to go through every single one of them because there's absolutely no point me doing that. Again, you will have to bind things for the camera drone. So just like beforehand, where in the cockpit camera menu, I've binded these. You will need to do the same in the drone camera mode. So if we scroll down, you guys can see that I've done the same here. So to translate the drone backwards, it's down, or page down, sorry. There we go. And then page up should be for the drone to go up. And then once again, we've got to go backwards, we've got the down key, drone forward is up. And there's a little bit of a bug at the moment where to translate the drone to the right, you need to bind the left key, and to translate the drone to the left, you need to bind the right key. Hopefully that's fixed on release, or it's something that I've done. It's got pretty good default binds here by its own, but, you know, I think it's great to keep it uniform so that you know that no matter what camera mode you're in, whether it's cockpit, external, or drone, to move the camera around and manipulate it, you've got exactly the same key binds on all 3 of those systems. I hope that didn't sound confusing to you all. I've tried to make it as simple as possible. If you guys have any questions about it, please leave it in the comment section below. I've not gone into every single detail on the camera system, and I might have made mistakes here and there, but again, the point of this video today was just to give you a nice overview of the features of the camera system and how you can customize them to your own liking. That's going to do it for me though today. Again, if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like. If you want to give any feedback or again ask questions, leave a comment down in the comment section below. And if you want to see more of the latest Microsoft Flight Simulator content, subscribe to the channel. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. See you again soon for another video. Thanks for watching.